I want to go to my last area. I want to talk about prop gun. You're aware that when a prop gun is fired, a semi-automatic prop gun, that although nothing comes out of the barrel, that it has a prop load, correct?
Can you, what is a prop load?
So when you load a prop gun, a semi-automatic prop gun, you're putting prop rounds in a magazine.
Correct, yes, yes.
And the gun that you're talking about that you gave the defendant was a Glock semi-automatic prop gun, correct?
Correct.
And the way that gun works is the gun is fired. When it is fired, a cartridge ejects out of the side and the next round cycles. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Did you actually load the prop gun?
Yes.
What kind of ammunition did you use to load the prop gun?
It was the blank ammunition that came with it. I don't remember exactly what brand it was.
But you would agree it's a 9mm prop ammo, so it's a round, but instead of being, let me use what we got here. May I approach, Your Honor? You don't have to ask. This is a 9mm hollow point, correct?
Yes, correct.
You know what a hollow point is, right?
Yes.
Hollow point at the tip, it's not fully jacketed. It doesn't come to a complete surface. It's got a hole in it. Is that correct?
Yeah, the point is hollow, yes, correct.
And when this round is fired, the casing, which is in the back, ejects out the side and the bullet goes forward, right?
In a live gun, yes.
Yes. And the difference between this round, which is a real 9mm round, and what you loaded, is that instead of having a bullet, a projectile at the tip that fires, it actually has what is in essence a paper bullet, and it doesn't go anywhere, and nothing comes out of the barrel. Is that correct?
It's like crimped at the end, so it can't actually fire anything, yeah.
But it makes the sound, correct?
It does.
And it ends up putting out a muzzle flash, correct?
Yeah.
And it ejects the expended casing out of the side, correct?
That's correct.
So when you fire it, no bullet comes out, cartridge gets ejected, the gun automatically, semi-automatic, cycles the next round into the chamber, and you repeat for as many live rounds as you have. Is that correct?
Yep, correct.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's my understanding of how a prop gun works, correct.
One moment, Your Honor. Did you only communicate with the defendant by his cell phone number? I'm not going to give it, but you know the cell phone number that's been involved in this case, correct?
Yeah, it's all
I'm not going to name his cell phone number. Is that the only number that you communicated with?
with the defendant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you ever communicate with him on other apps, such as Signal or WhatsApp or WeChat?
With the defendant?
Yes.
No, the only other thing I might have communicated with him is through, like, you know how you could iMessage, you could like send iMessages with your email sometimes? I might have used his email to message him before, but never Signal or WhatsApp or WeChat.
Let me approach. This is People's 21. Is this the iMessage that you're talking about addressed to
Yeah,
Luigi?
yeah, that's the one, yeah.
And when we say Luigi, that's another name for the defendant, is that right?
No one calls him Luigi, it's just an email address he made.
Okay. One moment, Your Honor. how long before the search warrant was executed at the house in April 2022 at the defendant's house was it that you had brought over your guns and where you had left the Glock 43 magazine?
That was in, like I said, we went to the shooting range. Well, we were going to go to the shooting range in summer of 2021. So July, August. I don't remember the exact date, but it was in that vicinity.
And you brought a number of guns there, is that right?
That day, I brought my 2 handguns.
And which handgun did you bring?
Smith & Wesson M&P 9, which is a 9mm, and Glock 42, which is a 3/8.
Okay. Do you know how it was that you ended up only leaving a Glock 43 magazine that didn't fit any of those guns there? How you managed to leave it there?
Well, because when we realized we couldn't go to the shooting range, I packed up my bag and I left the Glock 43 magazine out while we were drinking and just hanging out. That's when I was fidgeting around with it. The next day when I went to go pick up my stuff, I just grabbed the bag and I didn't grab the magazine because it was separate from my bag.
So it's your testimony that you have to be just fidgeting with this magazine that you had, that didn't fit any gun that you had with you, that you thought was a different magazine. Is that your testimony?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, I'm nothing further.
Seigel, thank you.
So listen, you were asked if you found out that immediately after the incident, Relly demanded money from Rocky. If you were, let me withdraw that. You were asked if you found out immediately after the incident that Relly demanded money from Rocky. If you were coming in here just to keep, to help Rocky instead of telling the truth, would you have just come in here and said, yes, Rocky, we withdraw that. Yes, it this way. Mr. Levin asked you if Rocky told you immediately after the incident that he was being extorted by Relly, and you said, no, you didn't know immediately after. If you were coming in here just to help Rocky, wouldn't you have said, yeah, he told me immediately after?
And speculation both.
He gets to finish the question.
You didn't leave?
He gets to finish the question. Finish the question.
Thank you. If you were coming in here just to help Rocky, would you have answered his question that yes, Rocky told you immediately after the incident that Relly was trying to extort him?
Leading and speculation, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, you were asked about why you didn't come forward and tell the prosecutors and the detectives that it was a prop gun. Are you aware that Rocky told his lawyers from the outset that it was a prop
Objection,
gun?
that's going to call for
And his lawyers were
speculation.
dealing
It's
with
an
the
improper
prosecution?
question.
Stop. It is. It calls for hearsay and it's irrelevant. The objection is sustained. Ask another question.
Do you know conversations Rocky's had with his lawyers? about
Objection,
prop gun?
relevance, also going to call for hearsay.
Okay.
Motion to direct the counsel not to ask any questions in this line.
You feel a question is objectionable, lodge an objection. I'm not going to tell any lawyer how to ask questions.
I want to show you People's 41 in evidence. What is that?
That is the Glock 43 magazine that I left at his house that day.
Do you see any scratches on that at all?
Can I touch it?
Yeah, please.
No, it looks brand new.
Has it ever been used?
That's going to call for speculation.
Sustained.
How's it look to you?
It looks unused and brand new.
Now, you were asked about the ASAP ills on cross-examination. Do you know the condition of ills today?
From my knowledge, it's unreal.
Objection, that's going to call for speculation and hearsay.
I'm sorry, I'm speaking.
Run it back to foundation.
Now, you were asked about what Rocky told you about the incident repeatedly. Did Rocky tell you about it immediately after it happened?
Yes.
And was this an everyday topic of discussion in your life?
The incident?
Yeah.
No.
And do you know whether Rocky was told by his lawyers after his arrest
Objection.
not to discuss the
Objection.
incident?
Sustained.
Your Honor, can the jury be instructed to ignore that question has been asked 3
Questions
times?
are not evidence. All right. Mr. Seigel, I don't want you to ask any more questions about conversations that you or Mr. Tacopina had with your client.
Okay,
No
fair
more
enough.
questions about that.
I have no more questions about anything else. Finished. Thank you
All right.
very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good, thanks.
Mr. Lewin? Wait, whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
hold
So
on.
sorry, so sorry.
You have anything?
No, I do not. Subject to
Sorry,
recall.
John.
All right, you can leave for now, but if you're notified to return, you must do so.
Understood.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.